All right, y'all. Got to be honest with you, this is one of my favorite stories of the day. This is incredible right here. So there's a few parts of it, but bear with me. So first we have this. This part is not my favorite, needless to say. Elon Musk responds with laughing emojis to stories of workers' lives he ruined, report. Billionaire Elon Musk has gone on a mass firing spree of federal employees, and Rolling Stone reports he's been immensely enjoying himself while doing so. According to sources who spoke with the magazine, Musk has regularly privately messaged associates and confidants about reports from federal staffers about how their lives have been wrecked, and has been known to react with laugh-crying emojis to their stories. Musk's cavalier attitude toward fired federal employees, was also confirmed on the record by Ben Vizachero, a wildlife biologist with the Los Padres National Forest, who had been fired by Musk earlier this year. In an interview with Rolling Stone, Vizachero described an encounter he'd had with Musk after seeing him at President Donald Trump's address before Congress. Quote, when a Democratic lawmaker invited Vizachero as a guest to Trump's joint address to Congress in March, he found himself seated near Musk. He took the opportunity to confront the world's richest man, according to Vizachero. He described his job to Musk and asked, am I waste? He says Musk, with a very condescending smirk, hit him with a line from the 1999 movie Office Space. What would you say you do here? The Rolling Stone report also outlines the way that even many Trump officials have grown completely fed up with having to deal with Musk on a regular basis. So, to that point, check this out. Trump officials growing tired of unfunny and irritating Elon Musk. Quote, he's just the most irritating person I've ever had to deal with. And that is saying something. Here, let's get more specific. This is incredible. Ready? This is my favorite part here. White House officials are struggling to hide their disdain for Elon Musk's irritating behavior, with senior cabinet members said to be deeply annoyed by the DOGE chief's painful sense of humor. Quote, I've been in the same room with Elon, and he always tries to be funny. And he's not funny. Like, at all. A senior Trump administration official told Rolling Stone. He makes these jokes and little asides and smiles, and then he looks almost hurt if you don't lap up his humor. I'm using the word annoying. A lot of people who have to deal with him do. Oh my God. By the way, I'm sure you've known people like this in your life where it's like they think they're funny and they talk like they're in the format of like a joke, where when they're done talking, they expect you to laugh. And then if you don't, they sort of like look at you and wait for the, like, I said the thing. Did you hear it? You gonna laugh? And you're just like, that's what Elon is like in person. He thinks he's funny. He makes these comments. And if you don't fucking genuinely laugh at it, he's hurt by it. Oh my God. Quote, but the word doesn't do the situation justice. The word annoying. In other words, he's beyond annoying. Elon just thinks he's smarter than everyone else in the room and acts like it, even when it's clear he doesn't know what he's talking about. Musk's insufferable behavior has caused several high-ranking officials to walk out of important meetings and sincerely question if he was high on drugs. Answer, yes, he was. Homie is gacked up on ketamine all the fucking time, according to some reporting. While Secretary of State Marco Rubio is said to be barely able to hide his immense dislike of the DOGE chief, and State Department officials routinely call him crazy Uncle Elon behind his back. Quote, talking to the guy is sometimes like listening to really rusty nails on a chalkboard, the White House insider claimed. He's just the most irritating person I've ever had to deal with, and that is saying something. Other officials have suggested subjecting Musk to a mandatory drug test, which he has said is a great idea for federal employees, as a way to push him out of the door. The Tesla CEO has denied taking any illegal drugs, although numerous people claim to have witnessed him use LSD, cocaine, ecstasy, and mushrooms behind closed doors, the Wall Street Journal reports. An attorney for Musk said he is regularly randomly drug tested at SpaceX and has never failed a test. Oh, please. Further irritation has arisen over Musk's decision to install Starlink internet terminals across the White House campus, and the degree to which his nerd army of DOGE staffers, many of whom are in their early 20s, have become embedded within government agencies and routinely threaten to call Elon if their demands are not met. Jesus Christ. In February, DOGE lackey Chris Stanley became embroiled in a standoff with a Secret Service agent after he tripped a silent alarm while installing a Starlink terminal on the roof of the White House, while others have been accused of asking extremely specific questions about highly classified material and using AI to monitor communications channels for anti-Musk sentiment. Jesus Christ! Why do these fucking kids know this? A DOD employee asked in bewilderment when asked about a top-secret plan to build a space defense system known as the Golden Dome, according to the Rolling Stone. Musk, meanwhile, an unelected special government employee, has set up an office for himself in the Eisenhower Executive Building on the White House complex across from the West Wing and next to the office of the vice president. According to the Times, the DOGE chief has installed a massive TV and a gaming PC in the room, which he uses to play video games, and is said to hole up in the government building for days at a time, sometimes sleeping on the couch or at his desk. His young son, 4-year-old X, is also around quite a bit, although it is unclear if he also sleeps at the office when not pestering the president during press conferences in the Oval Office. By the way, Elon always takes this kid to like fucking UFC fights at like 12 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night. That's no way to fucking raise a kid, bro. You are not fit to be a dad if that's how you're fucking acting. And they say he actually uses the kid for like literal protection reasons because he knows I'm less likely to get assassinated if I have my fucking son on my shoulders. This guy's low, bro. But while the trappings of office have mostly insulated Musk from in-person criticism, online is a different story. A recent attempt to live stream the game Path of Exile 2, we talked about this. People ruthlessly trolled him and basically told him he's a horrible person and he's going to die alone and pay his fucking child support and et cetera, et cetera. We covered that the other day. Meanwhile, a February order demanding all federal employees message him 5 bullets of what you accomplished last week or be fired saw his government email leaked to the public, resulting in a cavalcade of very rude pranks and extremely graphic, scatological replies. I know Elon probably won't see it, but I really hope he sees it, said a former government employee right after emailing the billionaire a picture of someone's behind and resigning from their role. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. Now, so this was, off the record, top Trump officials being like, I fucking hate the guy. He's irritating. He's annoying. He's beyond annoying. He's the least likable man on the planet. You can't be around him. Something's off with him. But it gets better. Now we're at the point where even in public, some of the Trump people, like Transportation Secretary, what's his fucking name? Sean Duffy. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy. Now some are starting to say it publicly. Ready?
I want to talk about DOGE for a second. Okay, I know there's been a lot of people there's been some freak out, there's been some concern, there's been a lot of emotion. And I would just tell you, do I want to make our government more efficient? Do I want to be able to do a little more with a little less? Because then I put more money into the great work that we do. Yeah, I want to do that. But you can't do that without good people, right? And so, though I want us to be more efficient, I also look, and as I think of DOGE cutting things, I don't know about that elsewhere, but we actually build things here, right? You can't cut your way to a new road. You can't cut your way to a new bridge. You can't cut your way into a new air traffic control system. So we're actually going to build in this department. And if I don't, and you don't all build with me, the president's going to come back in probably 4 months and go, where are the roads? Where are the bridges? Where's the airspace revamp? And he's going to give us a very hard time.
So that now publicly, they're starting to throw Elon Musk under the bus. Now, at the same time, you ready for this? This is why. The Wisconsin Supreme Court race was really a referendum on Elon because he spent a gazillion fucking dollars and went there and personally campaigned and also did a massively corrupt bribe where he was paying people to fucking vote, right? And this was viewed as, okay, this is on Elon. Whatever happens, it'll be Elon. If the Republican wins, okay, I guess we got to deal with him because they view him as popular, etc. But he got draxed, bro. He lost by double fucking digits. Double digits. So guess what? New polling tracker from Nate Silver. We just launched an Elon Musk popularity tracker to accompany our Trump approval tracker. Currently, he's at -14 as compared with Trump's -5. Look at the numbers. Look at what happened. The unfavorable skyrocketed. The favorable plummeted. 39.6% approval rating. There are some polls that have him as low as 30% approval rating. Why? Because he's the face of the fucking chaos of destroying the social safety net, of destroying Social Security, of being fucking smug about it and zig-heiling all the time, right? Look at Elon's response to this Nate Silver popularity tracker. The inevitable outcome of having a political propaganda war waged against me while I have almost no countervailing campaign and, at times, digging my own grave way better than my enemies do. With 2 fucking laughing, crying emojis. What a fucking loser! As Evan says, he's so depressed. This is how he talked when he got booed at the Dave Chappelle show. And remember, he came out, he's like, actually, it wasn't 100% booze. It was more like, I forget the number he used. It was more like, it was like 80% cheer and like 20% booze. He said something like that, like trying to nitpick how deeply unlikable he is. Bro, homie is cooked. Nobody's ever been more cooked. And they're trying to sideline him, right? But again, in order for me to really believe Trump fully broke up with him, he's got to be out completely at DOGE, out with his fake government agency, out destroying our social safety net and our regulatory agencies. Because unless and until Trump actually kicks him to the fucking curb, I'm convinced there is a financial deal between them, and so he's fucking tolerating him, right? That's my view on it. Because Elon gave him $270 million to win the White House. That comes with strings attached, dog. That comes with strings attached, including, you're going to let me now illegally hack into the government and do whatever I want, right, Trump? And Trump's like, absolutely. You gave me money. You do whatever the fuck you want. Right? But now they're having to manage the optics of it because he's so fucking hateable. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.